The surprising truth is that your joints don't age simply because the years pass. They age because your collagen levels collapse long before you ever feel the pain. Most people wake up one day and think, my knees are getting old, my back is wearing out, my joints are just not the same. But that isn't the reality. What's really happening is that the internal scaffolding that holds your joints together, your collagen, has been disappearing silently for decades. Collagen is not just a protein. It is the cushion between your bones, the shock absorber that allows you to bend, twist, walk, lift, and move without friction. When collagen is abundant, joints are smooth, flexible, and almost effortless. But when collagen drops, every movement becomes a small struggle. After age 25, the body's natural production of collagen slows down dramatically. By the time you reach your 40s and 50s, your collagen levels are nearly half of what they once were. This is why you begin to feel stiffness in the mornings, why your knees crack when you stand up, why your back tightens after sitting, and why inflammation becomes a daily battle. The world tells you it's aging, but the science tells a different story. It's simply collagen loss. Imagine your joint cartilage as a soft, smooth pillow between bones. When collagen levels are high, that pillow is thick and supportive. But when collagen breaks down, the pillow becomes thin, dry, and weak. Bones begin to rub. Inflammation kicks in. Swelling comes and goes. Pain becomes the messenger, telling you something is missing. But instead of addressing the root cause, most people turn to painkillers, creams, or temporary fixes that do nothing to rebuild what the body has lost. The truth is, pain is never the root problem. The root problem is the disappearance of collagen, the structural foundation of joint health. When your body cannot produce enough collagen on its own, the joints become vulnerable, unprotected, and inflamed. This is why some people develop pain earlier than others. It's why injuries take longer to heal. It's why mobility slowly decreases even if you stay active. But here is the hopeful part. Collagen loss is not permanent. The body can rebuild it if it receives the right fuel. When you give your body the amino acids, minerals, and bioactive compounds needed for collagen synthesis, the repair process begins almost immediately. Cartilage regains hydration, joint surfaces become smoother, and inflammation calms as the tissues strengthen. This is why certain foods, especially natural collagen, boosting foods, can dramatically improve joint function. They don't work by masking symptoms, they work by rebuilding the missing foundation. And this is why today's message matters. You are not broken. Your joints are not too old. They are simply asking for the one thing they have been losing year after year, collagen. When you restore it, your joints remember how to heal. They remember how to function. They remember how to move without pain. The world's most powerful collagen boosting food is not a supplement, not a powder, and not a trendy superfood advertised online. It is a natural, traditional, deeply nourishing food that generations before us used instinctively to keep their joints strong, their bones resilient, and their mobility youthful. What makes this food extraordinary is not just what it contains, but how it works inside your body. It doesn't simply add collagen the way store-bought supplements claim to do. Instead, it activates the body's own collagen, making machinery, the ancient built-in repair system that knows exactly how to rebuild cartilage and restore joint cushioning. When you consume this food, you are delivering the exact amino acids your cells use to create collagen. Glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline enter your bloodstream and go straight to the tissues that need repair. Your joint cells, called chondrocytes, Recognize these nutrients as raw building blocks and begin producing new collagen fibers, stronger, more flexible, and more stable than before. This is why people who use this food consistently feel real change, not temporary relief. Cartilage, unlike skin or muscle, has limited blood supply, which means it doesn't heal easily on its own. It needs targeted nutrition to rebuild. This food provides that missing nutrition in a form your body can absorb immediately. As the collagen network strengthens, the cartilage regains structure. It becomes thicker, more hydrated, and more resilient. The joint space opens slightly, reducing the grinding sensation many people describe. The process may be silent at first, but deep inside the joint, reconstruction is happening. What sets this collagen boosting food apart from supplements is its bioavailability. Supplements are often fragmented proteins that the body struggles to recognize or absorb. But this food comes in a whole, natural form, complete with minerals, gelatin, and supportive compounds that amplify collagen synthesis. It's a synergistic blend that works with your biology instead of forcing its way through it. The minerals, magnesium, phosphorus, calcium, act like spark plugs for tissue repair. The gelatin helps maintain elasticity, reducing stiffness and improving joint movement. Even the slow extraction process used in preparing this food increases its potency, making each serving a powerful dose of joint nutrition. As collagen production increases, inflammation begins to settle. The body no longer reacts to joint friction as a threat because the padding is returning. Pain diminishes not because it's being suppressed, but because the cause of the pain is being addressed. Over time, flexibility improves, stiffness fades, and movements that once felt heavy or uncomfortable start to feel natural again. This is why this food is considered the world's most powerful collagen booster. It doesn't trick your body, it nourishes it. It doesn't mask symptoms, it repairs them. It doesn't offer a quick fix, it offers restoration. When you consume it regularly, you are giving your joints the fuel they have been deprived of for years, and they respond with gratitude, strength, and renewed mobility. What makes this collagen boosting food truly extraordinary is the way it outperforms supplements by delivering exactly what your joint cells crave in their most natural, usable form. Supplements often claim to add collagen back into the body, but the reality is that most collagen powders are broken down into fragments that the body may not recognize or efficiently absorb. Your joints don't just need random protein. They need the precise amino acids, minerals, and bioactive compounds that spark actual cartilage repair. This food provides that perfect combination, something no processed supplement can imitate. Inside your joints are specialized cells called chondrocytes. These cells are your body's natural collagen factories, responsible for maintaining the cushion between your bones. But as collagen declines with age, these factories become underfed, underpowered, and eventually slow down. Think of them as workers who want to rebuild a wall but no longer receive bricks. Supplements may offer incomplete materials or deliver them in forms the body can only partially use. This food, however, supplies the exact bricks, mortar, and tools these cells need to build strong, healthy cartilage again. Its amino acid profile is incredibly powerful. Glycine acts as the foundation, helping form the long collagen chains that make cartilage firm and resilient. Proline and hydroxyproline strengthen those chains, ensuring flexibility so your joints can handle pressure and movement without discomfort. These amino acids don't just float around aimlessly. They signal your body to increase natural collagen synthesis, turning on a repair process that supplements often fail to activate. But the magic doesn't end there. This food is also rich in gelatin, which works almost like a lubricant inside your joints. Gelatin supports hydration within the cartilage, helping it stay plump, elastic, and shock absorbent. This is why people often feel their joints becoming less stiff and more fluid after consistent use. The joints begin to glide instead of grind, reducing friction and the painful inflammation that follows. The minerals in this food add another layer of healing power. Calcium and magnesium strengthen bones so the joint structure becomes more stable. Phosphorus supports cellular repair. Trace minerals like zinc, copper, and manganese act as cofactors, meaning your body cannot form collagen without them. Supplements rarely contain all these elements in a balanced form, and if they do, the body absorbs only a portion. But when these minerals come from whole, natural food, the body recognizes them instantly and puts them to work. Another advantage is the bioactive compounds formed during the slow cooking process. These compounds regulate the immune response inside your joints, helping reduce unnecessary inflammation so repair can happen faster. They also support the gut, which plays a major role in nutrient absorption and overall inflammation control. When your digestion improves, your joints benefit. This is why this food surpasses supplements. It doesn't just offer collagen. It delivers a complete repair package. It feeds the cells that build cartilage, nourishes the structures that protect your joints, and provides the exact materials your body needs to restore strength from the inside out. When collagen is restored inside the joints, something remarkable begins to happen. Movement returns in ways many people thought they had lost forever. You don't notice it all at once. It happens quietly, almost gently, as if your body is remembering how it was designed to function. The simple act of getting out of bed feels easier. The stiffness that once held you back in the morning starts loosening sooner. The heaviness in your knees when walking downstairs begins to lift. This is not magic. This is the natural result of giving your joints the raw materials they have been missing for years. Cartilage is the soft, flexible cushion that allows smooth, pain-free movement. When collagen declines, this cushion thins and dries out, turning even basic movements into uncomfortable tasks. Bending to tie your shoes, climbing stairs, kneeling, sitting cross-legged. These movements become reminders of how fragile and painful the joints have become. But as collagen rebuilds, the cartilage regains hydration, thickness, and resilience. It becomes more like a firm, elastic sponge rather than a dry, worn-out pad. This renewed cushioning allows joints to glide instead of grind, which is why mobility improves so noticeably. People often describe this change as "my joints feel younger," but what they are really feeling is structural restoration. When collagen fibers strengthen and multiply, the joints regain stability. That shaky, weak feeling, especially in the knees, begins to disappear. The body feels more confident in its own movement, balance improves, walking becomes smoother. You begin to trust your steps again without the fear of a sudden twinge or a sharp pain. Flexibility also returns in a way that surprises many people. Collagen-rich cartilage doesn't just support movement. It allows deeper, more comfortable motion. When the joints aren't inflamed and irritated, the surrounding muscles and tendons relax as well. They are no longer constantly protecting the area from pain. Stretching becomes easier, and activities that once felt impossible gradually become part of daily life again. You might find yourself reaching lower, stepping higher, or moving with a fluidity you haven't felt in years. Mobility is not only about movement, it's also about confidence. Pain takes away confidence. It makes you hesitate, restricts your activities, and keeps you from fully participating in life. But when collagen is rebuilt and the joints start functioning smoothly again, confidence slowly returns. You move without fear. You walk with stability. You stand longer, bend deeper, and carry yourself with more strength and assurance. Even small daily tasks begin to feel lighter. Standing from a chair, lifting groceries, walking long distances, climbing hills, or simply enjoying an evening stroll. These are not minor improvements. They are signs that your joints are rebuilding themselves from the inside out. And as mobility increases, inflammation naturally decreases because the joints are no longer under constant stress. This transformation is the real power of collagen restoration. It gives you back the freedom of movement, the freedom to enjoy life without hesitation, and the freedom to feel like yourself again. Inflammation inside the joints behaves like a silent fire, slow, persistent, and destructive. Most people don't realize that the pain they feel isn't just from worn cartilage or aging joints. It's from this ongoing inflammatory reaction that keeps the tissues irritated and swollen. When collagen levels fall, the joints lose their natural cushion and the bones begin to create friction with every movement. The body senses this friction as danger and responds with inflammation to protect the area. But that constant swelling becomes a cycle that never ends unless the root cause is addressed. This is where the world's most powerful collagen boosting food becomes transformative because it doesn't just rebuild the cushion, it also calms the fire. Inside this food are natural anti-inflammatory compounds that work gently but powerfully. They soothe irritated tissues, reduce swelling, and help stop the chain reaction that leads to constant joint discomfort. Unlike painkillers, which only numb the sensation temporarily, these nutrients work at a deeper level. They signal the immune system to relax, to stop attacking the joint, and to allow healing to begin. When the inflammation settles, the body is finally free to rebuild instead of defend. This shift alone can feel like a weight lifting from your joints. One of the most remarkable effects people notice is how stiffness begins to fade. Stiffness is the body's way of protecting an inflamed joint. The muscles tighten, mobility becomes limited, and simple movements require effort. But as the anti-inflammatory compounds soothe the area, the muscles stop guarding it so tightly. The joints become more flexible, and movement feels smoother and more natural. Morning stiffness, which many people consider inevitable, often becomes shorter, lighter, or disappears entirely with consistent nourishment. This food also helps reduce the microscopic swelling inside the cartilage itself. When the cartilage is inflamed, it can't absorb nutrients properly and becomes weaker over time. By calming inflammation, the cartilage regains its ability to receive hydration and essential amino acids, allowing collagen repair to happen faster. It's like clearing a blocked road so the repair trucks can finally reach their destination. The body wants to heal. It simply needs the path to be clear. This is what the anti-inflammatory properties of this food accomplish. Another powerful benefit is the way this food supports the digestive system. Many people don't realize that chronic inflammation often begins in the gut, not the joints. When the gut is inflamed, the immune system becomes overactive, sending inflammatory signals throughout the body. The nutrients in this food help strengthen the gut lining, promoting healthier digestion and reducing the inflammatory load on the entire system. When the gut calms, the joints calm. This is why some people feel overall relief, not just in their knees or back, but throughout their entire body. The reduction of inflammation also improves circulation around the joints. Better circulation means more oxygen, more nutrients, and faster removal of toxins. When blood flow improves, healing accelerates. Pain becomes less intense because the tissues are no longer suffocating under swelling. Movement becomes a source of relief rather than discomfort. This is the true beauty of this collagen-boosting food. It doesn't fight inflammation aggressively. It dissolves it gently by nourishing the body from within. It helps the immune system regain balance, encourages tissues to rebuild, and restores harmony in the joints, allowing you to feel lighter, freer, and more comfortable in your own body once again. Using this collagen-boosting food daily doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the simpler the routine, the more powerful the results. Consistency matters far more than perfection because the body rebuilds slowly, layer by layer, using whatever nourishment you give it. When you make this food a part of your daily rhythm, just like brushing your teeth or drinking water, you create a steady supply of the amino acids and minerals your joints desperately need. And when the body receives steady, predictable nourishment, it begins repairing in a steady, predictable way. The first step is to incorporate just one serving a day. It can be a warm cup in the morning, a comforting drink before bed, or even a base for your meals. Some people prefer taking it on an empty stomach because absorption is often better when the digestive system is calm. Others blend it into soups and stews, allowing the collagen to melt seamlessly into their daily cooking. The method doesn't matter as much as the routine. When taken daily, the nutrients begin filling in the gaps left by years of collagen decline. During the first week, the body focuses on hydration and restoring the internal environment around the joints. This is when people often notice small but encouraging changes: less stiffness in the morning, easier bending, or reduced cracking sounds. These improvements happen because the amino acids in this food begin to lubricate and hydrate the cartilage. The cushioning becomes more elastic, allowing smoother movement even before major rebuilding occurs. By the second and third week, deeper repair begins. The chondrocytes, the joint's collagen producing cells, start using the steady supply of building blocks to reinforce weakened cartilage. This is when mobility improves in more noticeable ways. Climbing stairs feels less heavy. Sitting and standing become smoother. The joints begin to feel supported from within, as if the internal scaffolding is slowly being rebuilt. For some people, inflammation starts decreasing around this time as well. The gut begins healing, the immune response becomes calmer, and swelling reduces. When inflammation drops, the body can direct more energy toward rebuilding instead of constantly defending itself. This is why consistency is important. The body needs uninterrupted time to shift from survival mode to repair mode. Daily nourishment creates that shift. After 6 to 8 weeks, the transformation becomes clear. The cartilage has regained firmness and hydration. The joint space has better cushioning. Movement feels more fluid, more confident, more natural. Many people describe this stage as getting their mobility back, even if they haven't changed anything else in their lifestyle. That's because this food works from the inside out, addressing the root cause rather than masking the symptoms. Maintaining the routine is simple. A cup a day or a few servings a week, once your joints feel stronger, is enough to keep collagen levels stable. Think of it as ongoing maintenance, the same way you maintain your home or your car. Your joints carry you through every step of life. Feeding them properly is not a luxury, but a necessity. And when you give them what they need consistently, they reward you with strength, flexibility, and pain-free movement that lasts.